Welcome to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We're continuing right where we left off at the end of the first part of episode 5. Oh, I hope so too, Gwen. I hope so too. Oh, she's actually presiding. It's the first time we've actually been in a real courtroom this whole game. Oh my gosh. Can't believe it. April 6, 11:23 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Aren't they on the wrong sides? Is the defense ready to proceed? You bet. Bring it on, Big G. The prosecution has been ready for some time. The original attorney in this case, Rosie Ringer, was murdered. While the original prosecutor, Eustace Winner, has disappeared. So Fender and Franziska have taken over in their places. Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we are here to adjudicate took place in a prison, an institution of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined caused pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Miss Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. Now we are ready to begin at last. Hello, Abby. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for the lurk, Venture. Mr. Fender, Miss Von Karma. The court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice. Hey, no sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? This was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me though, gang. I didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side? It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case to have run off and abandoned it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine. The evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. Brain too distracted? That's fine, Zixki. Enjoy your lurk. Hope you're having a good day. Very well. Bring the accused, Miss Fifi Lagarde, to the stand. Oh god, did I give her the Roz voice? I think I did. Been a few streams since then. I invite the prosecution to make its opening statement. All right. The accused was...
Let me stop you right there, darling.
What is it, Miss Lagarde?
Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That something being why on earth I'm here?
Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you.
But will they, dear? Really? Fine. Carry on if you must.
I fully intend to. If you can stay quiet for one moment... The murder in question happened at the prison where Miss Lagarde worked as warden. The victim, one Bronco Knight, was being held in the detention centre. But the prosecution's case will show that Miss Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Huh? Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can that... No, the evidence!
Oh, what gives, Fran? Everything okay?
The murder weapon. It's not here. And neither is bodied harmer Canis's chisel.
Oh, say it ain't so.
Silence. Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself. I wish I could, Your Honor.
No murder weapon, And what exactly are we all doing here? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe.
I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me.
Oh, little boy Winner strikes again. Hey, G.
What is it, Mr. Fender? I guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down the road a little further, shall we?
Overruled.
The court hereby denies the defense's request. What? Oh, don't be like that. What's the dealio?
And she's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Let's get on and show everybody how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I'll thank you to take this seriously.
Oh, but I am, darling. And you don't have any evidence. You just said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling?
It is. What? Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilty.
Objection!
Whoa, 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 hold the phone right there, hasty pants. You can't go dropping a verdict just like that. Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to its client being acquitted? Oh, don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that little Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. And as for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it. Miss Defender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And as the instrument of the court, I cannot allow my experiences or opinions to interfere with my work. You must think of the Judge Gavelle who was present when the murder weapon was found, and the Judge Gavelle you see before you in the courtroom today as two entirely different people. Gee, you're killing me here. I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence available.
Objection!
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little. I'll find it, I swear to you. Prosecution hereby requests a recess. Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor, don't do us like this. Very well. The court accepts the request.
Really, Verity? You won't help anybody bowing to pressure like that, you know.
There will be a 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use the time well. Understood. Oh, saved by the bell, huh? Very well. We will reconvene in 15 minutes. Yeah, I thought Gavelle was actually coming round, but she's still acting like no human ever would. Like, oh, the evidence that we found together is suddenly missing. Oh, well, I guess you're not guilty. Off you go. Just let the murderer go. I know you did it, but, you know, I can't do anything. Bye. Can't just accept that maybe your system's a bit flawed and you should do something about it. Anyway, 11:38 a.m., third floor lobby. We did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course we did. Hi, Gert. What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator.
What? How? Thank you for head pat. I appreciate. The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? But didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there. So, did somebody steal it or what?
Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm going to assume that's Gumshoe. It's not. Damn it. Damn, he sounded like Gumshoe from the other side of that door. How weird. Yep, Miss Berry, Mr. Saint. Are you here to watch a trial? Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go? It's the trial for the case I was nearly convicted for. It should be starting any minute now. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right? Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom. What? But no, they can't. They're not going to arrest you again, are they? No, don't say that. No. Gee, I forgot how easy it was to upset you. Huh? How dare he embarrass me like that? Is that the whip? Speaking of easy to upset. Yep. Friend Stina, Friendarella, just chill, okay? Just chill. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him and I'll make him eat whip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Milester, you gotta calm her down. Kid's gone cuckoo. I guess I'd better at least try. As soon as I do a little dance. Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Franziska. You shouldn't be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you mean to do with the rest of your life. What are you going to do, Franziska? You only have 15 minutes. Don't you think I know that? And wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor calmly reading the news or something. And it's utterly exasperating. It's probably better that I don't rise to that. Until the next to be continued screen. Oh wow, finally a challenge with a time frame attached. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Mommy. Nor did I. But what a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of a prison, no less. The murder weapon was probably entered into evidence and everything. And yet, when you went to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there. Imbecile. Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. The next time I see the little coward, I'll whip him into shape if it's the last thing I do. You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. Okay. You got anything to say? K-Meister, you got the old memory back, huh? It sure did. I'm me again. Oh, you had me worried 6 ways till Sunday. Sometimes you can be a brat, Mommy. Slander. I'm a dom and you know it. Deary me. Not that other K wasn't a blast, too. Anyway, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. No. We need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay? Oh yeah, I guess things did go pretty pear-shaped in there, huh? We need to dig up this missing evidence, lickety-split. But we can't count on them putting the trial on hold much longer. Yeah, it's a stumper, all right. Only some kind soul would offer to go find it for us. That's an expectant look if I ever saw one. Can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's badge back, bucko. Finally decided to come walk the path of righteousness with me and your old man, huh? The committee has my badge, that much is true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No? Well, it's not like there's a deadline. You do you for as long as you need. The old family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Thank you, Fender.
Yeah, if only somebody would go sniff out that evidence for us.
Fine. We'll do it.
Oh, way to go, Milesio. You sure?
I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes.
Mommy and me will buy as much time as we can, okay? G won't be banging that hammer of hers until you've made it back with the goods. I promise.
Thank you. I'll be counting on you, Fender. And you, Mommy? How does that sound?
What makes you think I'd accept your help? How about some advice instead? That you seriously consider a new career as a news anchor. Come on, Mom. Clocks are tick-tocking over here. Time to step up to the plate. All right, fine. We'll stall the trial for as long as we can. But you'd better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could be your new career instead.
I'm glad you're on board.
I can help too. I don't want to be arrested again. Ooh, this sounds fun. Can I play?
All right, that would be very helpful of you both. Very well, where shall we begin?
I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you?
Who will we need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence went? I guess the person in charge of the evidence?
Take that!
That's right, the supposed custodian of the evidence in question, Eustace Winner.
Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it.
Thank you, Mr. Saint.
Alrighty then. Think we better huddle and talk tactics, huh, Mom? Just the two of us. Ah! Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth.
I'll try not to. I'll be back as soon as we can.
Oh, Mommy Pooh, wait up now.
Why are you making me say these things? All right, we need to find Mr. Winner, and fast. Oh. Judge Gavelle. Oh no, and Kay going,
Whoa!
whoa!
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, a pleasure as always. A pleasure? How is it a pleasure? What was all that about just now?
Wow. Thank you for head pat, I appreciate. Okay, stop it.
But Judge Gavelle knows
Val,
that horrible woman is
What do
the
you think
killer.
about some juice?
Stop slouching.
Thank you for the hydrate as well. I will say, the new mic arm is helping my posture. Because I have the mic positioned in such a way that I have to be sat up straight and not slouched at all for it to be at the optimal position. So it serves as a good subconscious reminder for me not to slouch.
Why the heck would she... Evidence is the only language that the goddess of justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it.
Is this all Judge Verity Gavelle is?
You may believe my way of thinking to be heartless.
No, I think it'd be completely idiotic, but go on.
But it is my way.
Be this hard and unforgiving? There's something I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. Because if there's if the evidence in a case suddenly goes missing, I would expect the trial to be postponed, not, you know, completely cancelled and the defendant of a murder case be totally acquitted of all charges. I was like, oh, the evidence is gone. Oh, well, you can just go home. In what fucking world would that happen? Replaying? I've never played this before in my life. There's something I'd like to ask you if you don't mind.
Please, go ahead.
What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago?
The roof?
You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the 2 of you.
And is there something wrong with that?
Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building.
What?
I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the 2 of you?
Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone.
That much we know to be true. As I said, we've seen the footage. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power?
I'm not at liberty to say.
I see. Well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I have answers. Title's the same? Well, yeah, it's the same game. Still Ace Iguana Investigations. Still playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. But I didn't really see the need to change it. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She's hiding something, and I have to get it out of her. Judge Cavell met with the president of Zhengfa the night before last.
Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. But it was simply to discuss professional matters. Matters that I am not obliged to discuss with you.
Welcome everyone to Ace Attorney Iguanagations. Oh, you actually spelled iguana right. I'm clearly going to have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. Thank for head pat. If she puts up too impenetrable a facade, I'll probably be better off biding my time. I should start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Alright, what'd you talk about? Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President Wang to discuss. Your first language isn't English, so you can spell. Yeah, my first language is English, so I can't spell. I can't read either. I'm completely illiterate.
As I told you, professional matters. Professional matters which I do not intend to share with you.
I wonder if the gavel is her tell of being aggressive and I should hold back.
I'm so glad you understand.
I must say, you're a very busy woman. A judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field even. Oh, you see, Mystic, I actually have a complicated system of pulleys and levers all set up to give me a text-to-speech that only I can hear, that I then relay back, because I can't read. Well, I got one for chat, I got one for the game. It's all a very completely elaborate system in this giant server room I stream from, which is definitely not a messy bedroom. I hate that it's a messy bedroom. No, I can't read. Forgot. I forgot. This definitely isn't some really elaborate, stupid joke that makes no sense and doesn't really have a punchline. If I pull the wrong lever, I fall into the crocodile.
Wrong lever, grab!
A judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field, even.
Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously.
And do those duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries?
Yes, of course, from time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside the scope of my duties.
She looks vulnerable. Push.
You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that that fell within the scope of your duties. I'm not yet a perfect servant of the law. That much is true. No, you're a human being, and that was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gavelle, and you're allowed to have them. About the president's death, too. British dry human. I like to think of it as just not funny. How many times do I have to mention I am unfortunately British? I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to be. It just kind of happened. I was just born on this horrible landmass. I mean, I was born on Magellon 7, where I uprooted the whole planet's economy with feet picks, according to my law, which I'm now referencing.
Gah!
Terminal case of British. I'm allowed to dislike the British, even as a Brit, okay? That's not self-deppy. I'd freaking move to Spain if I could. Probably be treated a bit better there as a trans person. You thought I was Australian. I'd like to know in what frickin' universe I sound Australian. Right, okay, I read that line. I can still hardly believe it. If I might ask, how did he die? He was crushed to death by the head of a monster known as Taurosaurus. Forgive me, I should probably explain. Is that true? He died on the set of the movie. He did. Interesting that you should even know what Taurosaurus is. Oh, I imagine I must have heard about it from Eustace. There's something about them shooting a movie. Somewhere near the big building?
Iggy.
She isn't fooling anybody. She's clearly very upset about something.
Gonna put some prawn on the barbie, eh, mate?
My idea of an Australian accent comes purely from The Simpsons. So, to sum that up in a word, I would call it incorrect. And bad.
When I'm trying to do a Cockney voice, I just kind of go into the Delvin Mallory sort of voice from Skyrim. That's what I'm trying to emulate there, you see. That's the voice I'm picturing in my head when I'm doing this voice.
But yeah, I'm not very good. I know like 3 voices. Not including my own. And I'm not counting my own but slightly higher pitched as a separate voice. Like, I try to picture in my head a character that I know pretty well and can audibly think of the voice.
So, like, Delvin Mallory is, like, a character I dealt with quite a lot because I played a lot of Skyrim. Done a lot of the Radiant quests and the like.
But, oh, already parried. Wow, that was immediate. Do I picture for Vice? I mean, I don't really do a good Vice voice, I don't think. Now listen here, hussy. I mean, I'm just picturing Vice's voice in my head. Like I say, if it's a voice I know well, I'm trying to think of it very clearly in my head to emulate it, but I'm not very good at a lot of voices. Oh, wait. It got parried again and again. Okay. Vice from Ruby. Not familiar. I say, it has to be a voice I'm deeply familiar with. Yeah, I can see the last parry is nope. Kaine impression? I can't do that. I can picture her voice, but my voice does not go there. I can't do Laura Bailey. Look, most people have a sort of vocal range. And with a lot of practice, you can reach new ranges. Mystic, I've watched many voice feminization videos. They do not really help me, and I don't really... Oh my gosh, would you lot calm down? Shadow Weaver. I have no idea who the Shadow Weaver is.
Like I can lift my voice a little higher, but this is a bit weird, and I don't think it sounds natural at all.
So I'm not going to do that. Should we continue playing the video game, by the way? She mentioned Mr. Winner, who seems to have disappeared, along with some vital evidence. Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the president, we should try to find out what else she might be hiding. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Look, I am familiar with voice training techniques, Mystic. I know.
How do you think I can do the grab voice on command? Like, this is something I had to train in myself, too.
You think, wait, I gotta try and lift my throat up again a bit.
I'm Grab? Nah. Grab's my clone. That's why we can do similar voices.
Sounds adorable. It's just about kind of... I don't know how to put it into words, but this feels not right.
This feels right. I mean, I'm NB at heart anyway. It's not like I'm looking to be super duper feminine. I mean, I see you see the huge tits and everything, but still. You know, I mean, if I could, I would just be a freaking robot. You know, just transplant my brain into an android body. You know, become fully modular. Do what I want. Confuse the hell out of Grab when you copy their voice. Yeah, they think another Grab's nearby. It's weird.
I wouldn't say it's straining my vocal cords at all. It's just different.
Ash from Titanfall. Ash, Titanfall, Google Images. Nah. Nah, I'd rather look like 2B. But sometimes A2, maybe sometimes the operator, maybe sometimes not 9S, he's too young looking for me. Maybe Adam, not Eve. Eve's not my type. Are there right voice training videos you can sound fam? Potentially. Not just videos, though. Lots of practice, and keeping at that practice regardless if you fail. That's the important bit. You gotta go into this expecting to fail. I talked about failure yesterday. Failure's a part of life. You have to fail to learn. And it's a hard mindset to get into, because if you're a perfectionist like me, you will take failures incredibly personally. And it can really ruin your day. So just getting into the right mindset to accept and welcome failure is probably the hardest part. What is this playlist of YouTube you've linked to me? You're just linking a voice feminization playlist. Yeah, I mean, sure. If anyone needs that. But yeah, it's a skill to be learned. It needs practice like any other. I am a firm believer that a skill is just something you've practiced. You can learn anything if you put your head to it. and practice and not really knuckle down. Well, within the limits of the laws of physics, but you know. But like, I'm just saying mundane things like, oh, I want to learn animation or art or video editing or acting or laying concrete. Could be anything. It's just something that needs practice. Streaming as well. I've had 7 years of practice and I still wouldn't say I'm amazing at it. But different people learn at different rates. Some people will succeed faster than others due to other factors, not necessarily related to skill. But yeah, there's all kinds of skills. If you want to get good at something, you have to try. You have to fail countless times. Yeah, it's the most important thing is not giving up. Because if you give up, you'll never get there anyway. Keep going, you might do. Might take some time. Play the game. Yeah, I was going to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that sometimes as a streamer I talk to people. I know how horrible that is. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. And I've got OBS selected. Oh no, I've got the frickin' Ash Titanfall Google image selected and not the game. There we go. Mommy stepped in to take Mr. Winner's place in the trial. But how was she supposed to prosecute the case if he never handed over all the evidence?
My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceeds fairly once it has begun. And if once it has, vital evidence cannot be presented. It should surprise no one if the accused goes free.
Stop slouching.
You see, you tell me to play the game, and then everyone's just throwing all these things at me, telling me to drink, and asking me additional questions. You're pulling me in every direction at once here. Ah, thank you for the drink. Right, I read that.
I am a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it.
So you have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winner's disappearance? Ow.
Of course I do. I worry about him terribly too.
Wait, who? Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine their identity might explain your strangely agitated state.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law. My feelings are immaterial.
We're all servants of the law, all of us who stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everybody else, we're just people underneath it all. Much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply isn't possible. Ah.
You're right, of course. I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment.
Please, Judge Gavel, tell us the truth. What's going on?
What do I do? What do I do?
I've never seen her lose her composure like this. We should ask her who this person is she's so worried about. The professional mask is finally beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. The judge, who hasn't appeared once in this game.
Speak for yourself. I'm extremely perfect. Never got a single verdict wrong.
Everyone but the judge is imperfect. Are you worried about Taurosaurus? The person you're so worried about, Is it Mr. Winner?
He's not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course I'm worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. He chose to disappear, and he can choose to reappear.
And the other person you're worried about can't?
That's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did.
That poor child. Who are you talking about?
Nobody. Please, it was nothing. Ignore it.
Judging by the look on her face, I definitely shouldn't. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Judge Gavelle, who are you so worried about, and where are they?
My apologies, I simply cannot tell you that.
So this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them? And since you say child, I suppose we're right in assuming that this person is a minor.
I can't answer, and I won't. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president.
I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. No, I need to. Do I actually have to say this? This person you're so worried about, is it Taurosaurus?
I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Taurosaurus.
That was simply shock at learning how he died. And where. Half-built film set on an empty lot.
It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling to you.
No, that's not true at all. It's just... film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead a great man met his end there. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene, a crew member and a young actor, Sean Fenn.
No. Why? Why did this have to happen?
Something about the Taurosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. You're not his mum, are you? Right, I have the clues now. Let me get back to where I was in the argument. You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Taurosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they? Making progress.
How? How did you...
You're usually so cool and collected. Your discomfort told me everything I needed to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us.
Very well. You figured out so much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I'm so worried about, the person I'm so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn.
Sean? But why?
That is more than I can allow you to know.
Judge Gavelle, you said you would tell us the truth. And if you don't give it up voluntarily, we'll have to force it from you. I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan? It might lead to a clue, even though it's stupid. Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps?
Am I? Yes, I am. I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. I heard that he was filming near the big building, so I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details.
I see. Suppose that makes sense. As a fan, you'd want to know such things. I imagine you would also have tried to learn when he was supposed to be on set.
Yes, of course. He said he would be filming there all day today.
You make it sound like you heard that from Sean himself. I don't think he'd be sharing his schedule with a mere fan, do you?
No, I misspoke. Ignore me.
Every slip of the tongue she makes seems to do with Sean. And now we know she's spoken with him, that's an important clue. We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where he might be?
Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all.
I'll need a clue. Okay. Right. Then do you know him? Do you know Sean personally?
He is famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him.
I certainly didn't until today.
Then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. There's almost nothing I don't know about him. Forgive me. I allowed myself to get a little carried away.
That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up.
Look, I do not know him personally, I simply know a lot about him.
I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried. And you implied before that you had spoken to him, which must surely mean that you know him personally.
How did I give away so much?
So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely an important clue. Alright, so now I have 2 clues. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. You've as good as told us that it does. Please, Judge Cavell, you have to help us try and find him.
Help you? That would never be allowed.
By whom? The goddess of justice?
By the one person who knows where he is.
Don't tell me Shelley the Killer has him. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it. He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Look, if I had a soundproof room to stream in, I would go full hog on these screams. And then people would probably probably tell me to calm down. Judge Cavell, I need you to tell me the truth. All of it. Very well.
Very well. This time, I'll tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped.
I knew it. But why does that have anything to do with you?
Sean is... He's my son.
Knew it! Oh, don't act that surprised, Edgy. Well, we may not have found out what she and President Wang were talking about, but we found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly the end game I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless. Yay!
What? You're Sean's mom? Judge Cavell? No way. Come on, you're too young. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look.
Magazine clipping. Do I have her age in my profile? She's 26? What? Unless that's a lie. That's either a big yikes, adopted, or a lie. A magazine clipping.
An article about Sean. Do you always carry this with you? Yes, everywhere I go.
I guess you could call it a kind of talisman. And certainly speaks to the bond between them. And you're sure he's been kidnapped?
Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began.
Did they make any demands?
Only one. That Fifi Lagarde is found not guilty.
Well, that certainly explains what we saw in there.
And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling?
It is. Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilty.
That's why you came so close to declaring her innocent.
Oh, you like the Lagarde voice, do you? Again, this is one of the 3 or so voices I can do. Oh god, laughing with that voice turned on is a bit weird. Yeah, no, a bit weird.
I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge. If I cannot arbitrate with impartiality, I make a mockery of justice. And yet I try to force through a ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest.
Well, don't go Googling it. We're being told time and again that it will get explained. So let's just continue playing the game. Nothing concrete has really been stated thus far. There could be a multitude of explanations. Give it a chance. Don't get preemptively angry when you don't have all the answers. Judge Gavelle.
The goddess must be furious with me. But I just couldn't do it.
Slightly higher register's weird, but because it's a voice I've done.
Like this voice, when I go for a higher register, it's not something I've really practiced all that much. So it's not in a state
like, okay, let me just talk normally. It's not in a state where I can turn it on and off. Like, when I've practiced a voice enough, I can just turn it on. And I've not done it enough yet. Because like it becomes subconscious, like riding a bike. Like you just do it. Once it clicks in your head,
and then you can just put on a voice, and then you could just do it, like, you know, you just turn it on and off like it's nothing. Even if it's a Fifi Lagarde, darling.
which is similar to the old bag voice I do, but I don't think it's quite the same. I think old bag is even more gravelly. Orc, wag. Can't argue that I said it. Oh, didn't say it. I would argue that everyone will have this ability if they practice enough. Just practice more. Would you argue that someone wouldn't have the ability to ride a bike? Not considering people who've, like, lost legs or anything, but, like, Even then, there are people with prosthetics who can ride bikes still. And then, but there's also like paraplegics. But, you know, not getting into that. If I practice it, I'll be able to do that. That's all it is. My analogy kind of fell apart there because I didn't consider all angles. But also, shut up. Just practice, forehead. All you gotta do, then you can just turn it on and off.
Couldn't sacrifice my son on the altar of justice. Couldn't remain impartial when it mattered most.
Do the voice redeem as an orc.
Wag!
I tried. More of a free head? Is that an insult? I don't even... Yeah, I went wag.
Of course you couldn't. Are you crazy?
Okay.
No parent could just give up on their child like that. If that makes the goddess of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks that way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes. Declaring the goddess guilty? That's bold. Kay is right. As I told you, when we all serve the law, we are also only human. And none of us could, or should, be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of a verdict.
Thank you. Both of you.
Huge foreheads are cute. Code Lyoko fan spotted.
The trial must continue. There's no escaping that.
Your Honor, there you are.
It seems it is time. Judge Gavelle. My dad was a prosecutor. He was? Yeah, he used to work in a courtroom just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. If a prosecutor were forced to insist that a suspect was guilty, that would... I know what he would have done. Anything, that's what. He would have done anything to get me back. He would? What I'm trying to say is, you can trust us.
What do you mean?
To get him back. To snatch him from the jaws of danger. I'm the second Yadagarasu, and if you agree to trust me, I promise I'll get him back for you.
The thief who steals only the truth, and perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gavelle, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back that which matters most to you?
Mr. Edgeworth.
I'd like to help too, if that's all right with you.
Thank you. I know I'm in no position to ask this of you. But please, please, see that he comes home safely. Oh, we will. Don't worry. You can count on us. Here, take my cell phone. The kidnapper may call again.
You'll get it back, along with your son. I promise.
I'll do everything I can to draw out the trial.
Now everyone's trying to draw out the trial.
But I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best.
2 hours. That gives us until 2 p.m. You clipped my wag? God damn it. It wasn't that good, come on. It's probably the loudest I've been in this microphone. I hope the limiter helped. I don't want to clip the audio.
Please, I'm counting on you.
And here I thought the great thief was on sabbatical.
Well, hold on to your hat because she's back in business. All right, let's do this. My first commission. Can't afford to mess it up.
In that case, we'd better start looking right away. Where to begin?
Ah, where the heck did he go?
Maybe he just went home?
You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all.
Sure. Or maybe he went on the lam.
Perhaps we should see if Sean left any clues behind at the big building.
Hey, what are you doing giving orders? This is a great thief operation. I'm in charge now.
Is that so? Then what am I?
You're my assistant. First assistant to the great thief Yadagarasu. Talk about an honor.
I've been relegated to thief's assistant?
All right, let's get to work. Team Yadagarasu, move out.
Well, someone's happy. Despite the multiple murders and kidnappings.
All right, here we are. Ready? On three. Just follow my lead. You'll be fine, okay?
What exactly are you talking about?
Even in the depths of night. Hey, your turn. Yeah, keep up, will ya?
Why are you making me do this?
Because the great thief Yatagarasu just arrived at the scene of the crime, dummy. How's anybody supposed to know that if we don't announce her appearance?
You may be a thief, but I most certainly am not.
Fine, I'll do it on my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yadagarasu.
I'm very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now, shall we get on with this investigation?
Oh, you're no fun at all.
Thank you for the head pat, Abby. We don't have time for fun. We have less than 2 hours, in fact. We'd better get started.
All right, well, we have the photo. Let's show it to a few people. See if it jogs any memories.
Wait, is that Powers right there? Please face left. Oh my god, it is.
Oh, hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see.
Wait, you're... This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met on an old case. He's also the man behind the mask of the one and only Steel Samurai. Oh, long time no see indeed.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, great thief. Mr. Edgeworth has been working as my assistant.
Good to meet you, but thief? Mr. Edgeworth has been assisting a thief.
Let's not worry about that for now. We'd like to ask you about what happened this morning, if that's all right.
Sure. I don't know if I could be much help to you, but sure.
So he'll be one of Sean's work colleagues. I guess we better just dive right in.
I heard you were investigating this one, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, yes. But I'm not the prosecutor in charge, of course.
But if you're Kay here's assistant, I guess this is her case?
No, that's simply...
I can see you're an intelligent man. You're right, of course. I am in charge of this one.
Don't encourage her.
All right. I'll need you to give me straight answers. First of all, this case. Have you noticed anything where... perhaps you could give me your impressions.
Is that supposed to sound like me?
My impression? I guess my main concern is, no offense to the victim and all, but... Is it all over for the production? Are we done? I can't help but worry.
I think it's probably safe to assume that you are, at least for now.
Right. I knew it. Oh, what a bummer. We don't have the location for much longer either.
Because you are due to finish shooting soon?
No, because they're due to start building. That lot won't be empty for long. They were letting us use it while they got ready to make a start.
I guess the plan was to shoot the rest on a lot back at Global Studios.
I've been so worried about everything, with people spreading all these rumors too.
Rumors?
Yeah, this journalist keeps coming round. Y'all been hiding real monsters on that there set of yours. Y'all can't do that, I'm gonna expose y'all. She's always saying stuff like that.
I think I know exactly who this journalist might be.
Yeah, the photographer, right? I thought you maybe know her.
But you're not, are you? Hiding real monsters, I mean.
You kidding? If they had real monsters to call on, I'd be out of a job.
So you've all been working hard on the movie?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been on a reboot of an old series. This one's been a real challenge for me and everybody else over at Global Studios.
If only they'd put this kind of energy into making a new Steel Samurai show or something. What role are you playing in this one?
Me? I'm Torosaurus himself.
No way. So you're the star?
No, well, not quite. Yeah, I'm in a costume, see? My face won't ever appear on screen.
Really? And still, that's pretty amazing. I wish I could wear a costume like that.
I would be the last person to expose myself.
I would be more careful with your phrasing, Mr. Powers.
Hey, do you think I could try it on sometime? I'd settle for just climbing inside one of the horns.
I'd love to say yes, but that's not how it works. Can't really climb inside that part.
I feel like I've settled into a spot with Kay's voice now because I was trying to lift it up.
But I can now turn it on and off. So I can talk like this and be a bit more high energy and a little higher on the register, just a little bit, just a little bit. Greek beef yatagarasu.
Still don't feel like it's right. You know, but these things take time.
Oh, I get it. Because I'm an outsider, right?
That's not the issue at all here, okay? Can I ask you a couple of questions about Sean?
Sean? Oh, sure.
Penny told me what happened.
He just disappeared, right?
Yeah, sounds like him.
Does he do that a lot?
Yeah, kinda. If we take 5 mid-shoot, you look around sometimes and he's just gone.
Do you have any idea where he might have headed off to?
Sorry, no. I did see him leaving the set, though.
Huh? You did? And where was he headed?
He got on the site bus. But I was checking some equipment over, and by the time I looked back up, he was gone.
The site bus. I wonder if they left any clues behind. Do you mind if we take a look inside the bus, Mr. Powers?
Sure. You'll have to excuse the mess, though.
All right, let's see what we can find. Would that be this? Or is this an equipment van? Where would Sean have been sitting?
Sean? Oh, that's his seat with the backpack on it.
There's something poking out of it. A videotape.
Huh? Oh, we use those when we're shooting. Why would Sean have...
Was there something he wanted to record? This could be a clue. Do you have any way for us to check what's on the tape?
Sure, there's a couple of monitors set up right over there. Alright, hit and play.
And Sean, is he rehearsing his lines?
Sean was there on his own, running his lines.
There's a clearly visible footprint right there, which means this must be from last night.
Yeah, he does this sometimes. When he's not happy with a scene, he borrows the equipment and goes over it on his own time.
Wow, he's really dedicated, huh?
Sure is. He may be young, but he takes his craft seriously. You gotta admire it. Well, that part of it at least. Using the kit without asking part, not so much.
And he would have been able to use the equipment on his own?
Sure, if all he wanted to do was shoot something pretty basic.
Huh?
And what is it, Kay?
Where did Sean go? He ran off somewhere.
And just left the camera running? It stopped. I guess he ran out of tape.
So that's all that's on here? Sean's rehearsal?
Anything else around here? Is this film equipment, or is that nothing? Ow.
Sean! Sean!
John! Jason! Sorry.
You in there? No sign of him here either. Kind of thought that basket on the back of the truck there looks suspicious.
She's not wrong. It does.
Oh, what are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck?
The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while.
No way, you can tell just from that.
And if it's been parked here a while, I guess the driver might not be nearby either. I don't really have time to stand around waiting until they get back.
Oh, hey there, pal. Why the long face, huh? Ever think you maybe ought to lighten up a bit? Lighten up a little?
Did you take any passengers here this morning?
There's a witch wear a pointy hat? You bet I did. Just the one fare, mind you.
And who was the passenger?
There's two guys. Had on these black suits, real sharp looking.
Did they have a boy with them?
This boy.
Nah, like I said, it was just the two of them.
Alright, never mind. Thank you for your help. Thought we might be onto something there, but no luck. Important, though, gets added to my logic. Two men took a taxi. Okay. You see anything?
Oh, very good day to you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir.
I'm not a prosecutor anymore. But he doesn't need to know that, I guess. Good day to you too, officer. Can I ask why you've been posted here?
Me? Oh, I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Excellent. Then perhaps you can tell me if any vehicles have come in or out of here this morning.
None except the taxi and that blue truck over there, sir.
Only two vehicles have come in or out. That could be useful to know. Nope, he does not have his badge back. It is not on his suit. It's a map of the area around the big building. Let's take a closer look. Really? The station isn't interesting? Where's the empty lot, then? This is the big building itself. That's where we are right now.
Kinda cool looking, but I still can't quite bring myself to like it.
I'm not surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised if you never wanted to come here again. Yeah, I do not have my badge on me. I just have Kei's Yadagarasu pin.
We maybe come here just for fun. Oh, we can bring Gummy too.
You don't let the past drag you down, do you? It's an admirable quality, I guess. Well, let's think about that later, shall we, Kei? The case isn't over just yet. Can't afford to start making plans for when it's done.
No fun. Fine. Now let's hurry up and solve this little mystery, shall we? Sundown sanitation plant. What, do they make cleaning products there or something?
Sadly not. I think they just incinerate all the garbage the trucks bring back. By the way, Kate, you seem a little antsy.
That's nothing. Hey, did you see up in the other corner of the map? There's another garbage facility.
Indeed there is. I imagine it probably fulfills a slightly different function. There seem to be quite a few such facilities in the area.
Yeah, the place is littered with them.
Really? That's what you were so excited about? A third-rate pun? Yeah, reminds me of someone. There's a garbage processing facility right next to the fishing port here.
Do they process garbage they pull out of the sea or something?
Ah!
I guess they might, but I doubt that's all they deal with.
So what else? You know, like garbage that washes up on the shore and shells and fish bones and stuff? Well, who throws that stuff in there in the first place, huh? They should be ashamed of themselves. Didn't they ever hear of recycling? You could make earrings and necklaces and... yeah.
Let's maybe talk about this another time, shall we? The Sunshine Coliseum. They hold all kinds of events there.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the World Thief Symposium, but they cancelled it this year. It was so cool. Thieves from all over the planet, all gathered in one place. I mean, there was that thing where they arrested pretty much everybody who attended, I guess. And some people did say the whole thing was just a trap set by the police.
And yet you still wanted to go?
I don't really buy into all that stuff. But they do say light from the sun in the morning gives you more wrinkles, right?
And why are we talking about this?
And why do you think? Because they called it Morning Tan Park.
I'd certainly like to be basking in the morning sunshine without a care in the world right now. Is there really nothing on this map? Is it just a whole bunch of nothing? Okay. Can't go in there. Can't go in there. Do I want to... Vehicle activity. None of these seem connected to me. I must be missing something to look at. There's an array of filming equipment here. Are you getting ready to shoot something?
No, nothing scheduled for today at this location. It's just a case has gone missing.
Case? What is he talking about?
Yeah, all that stuff there's normally stored inside a large case. But I look away for 5 minutes. It's wandered off somewhere.
Sounds like there's a thief around here.
What exactly was taken?
Just the case, as far as I can tell.
Okay, well that's a piece of info.
Why only take that? I would have been more interested in what was inside it myself.
I guess whoever took it must have needed the case more than its contents. Did they need to put something in it? Oh. That must have been the last thing I had to look at. It's midday already.
Think Judge Cavell and the others are doing okay?
I'm not sure. How long is it realistically possible to drag out proceedings, I wonder?
We have to find Sean.
Indeed we do.
Ah, heck, not like that, dang it. How you think we're gonna get us a scoop like that? Sorry, Chief, my bad. How many times I gotta say it? We're scoop fiends, wild critters that survive on scoops and scoops alone. Every second we ain't scooping, we're starving. It's scoop or die out here. Yes, Chief.
Well, look who it is. Although I can't help but wish it wasn't.
When did those two get here? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. We should go talk to them.
Should we? Ugh, fine. Miss Lloyd calls you Chief, doesn't she?
Sure does, because that's exactly what I am. She's my #1 cub reporter. Seems my unique brand of shutterbugging caught her eye, so she came to me to learn the trade. She may be a scribbler, not a snapper, but the both of us are hungry for scoop soup 24/7. And besides, who doesn't want to be called Chief, right?
Miss Hart's pictures were what drew Miss Lloyd to her. I suppose it's no surprise that this particular chief attracted an apprentice with such unique tastes.
I'm sure she didn't score no big stories just yet, but she's hungry. Boy, is she. Hungrier than me, even. And she wants a Torosaurus exclusive better than a coyote wants a chicken.
I would have said a Roadrunner, but
And she's been turning this place upside down all day looking for leads. She has? Maybe she knows something about the kidnapping. I think we should ask her, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
agreed. We need all the help we can get to find Sean. And I can think of one piece of evidence that might encourage her to tell us what we need to know. I mean, we'll get through the dialogue first. So, now that the story of the underground auction is in the bag, what's next?
Come on, as if you even need to ask. Torosaurus, that's what. Fate done dropped him right in my dang lap. Snuck in upstairs to cover the auction.
As the Roadrunner, meep meep. Alright.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
I don't think I can do it quite right, but it's been a long time since I've watched those cartoons. They're some of my favorites, though. Freaking love Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
And then he shows up right on the doorstep and stomps big old footprints everywhere for good measure.
And do you have a particular news outlet in mind for this big scoop?
Does a bear do its business in the woods? I got me 2 or 3 in mind. They'll be all over this like a rash. Heck, there's even one right here in the big building. Tabby and me, we're in and out of there all the time. I mean, mostly on account of how fond they seem to be of throwing us out on our ears, but still.
Sounds as if they're both more out than in. Do you have separate dialogue?
If it ain't my good friend Ruffles. Good to see y'all again.
And you, Miss Lloyd, but how come you're here, if you don't mind me asking? Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was of course entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions.
Well, they kinda dropped the whole case out of nowhere. They packed me up and shipped me home without so much as a slap on the wrist. Guess it was their way of saying, you keep up the good work now. They did seem kinda keen to get me to never ever mention the whole thing ever again, though.
Yes, because you weren't part of the official story of the attempt on the president's life. And they can't afford to have you getting in the way of that. Yeah, they made a fake assassination attempt, but then there was a real assassination attempt. To try and make him look all big and mighty, like an attempt at martyring him, I guess, to make him look strong. I don't know. But there was also a real assassination attempt too. And now he is dead. It's complicated. They can't afford to have you getting in the way of that.
But Mr. Edgeworth, telling Tabby not to talk is like trying to stop a dam from bursting with a piece of tape.
Not exactly the most delicate way of putting it.
Wrote up the whole thing, of course. Every last detail, plus a few of my own. Handed it into the paper, hopes all high and all. But nothing. Not a peep.
Somebody putting pressure on them. And were the details you added a little too gratuitous, perhaps? Both seem equally plausible, unfortunately. What are you doing here at the big building? Are you reporting on something?
Hey, maybe I didn't make this clear enough the first time we met. But you want a reporter to scratch your back, you gotta scratch hers first if you catch my meaning.
You mean you want me to give you something you can use for an article?
Bingo! And it better be good. Because if it ain't, this conversation's over.
I do need to know about what might have happened to Sean. Perhaps I could show her a piece of evidence and see if she has anything to give me in return. What would you even like to see? This? Miss Lloyd, this picture.
Let's say no more, Ruffles. I already know what you're going to ask.
Val,
You do?
stop.
Nope. Thank
Have
you,
a
Red.
drink.
Stop slouching.
Red of the Johanna flavour, not the arterial flavour. Just because you're both in chat at once. I really can't use the nickname Red at this point when there's multiple Reds.
You're looking for him, right? The kid?
What?
You just can't get out from under the drama, huh? Wherever he goes, the bodies follow. Miles Edgeworth, trouble magnet. That pretty much sums you up, right?
Is my reputation really so sordid?
Now you done got yourself wrapped up in a kidnapping too? Oh, crazy. Huh? How do you know about that? Just pipe down, will you? Don't be talking about this stuff too loud. I ain't even told the chief about it. Gotta keep it on the down low, okay? That ain't a cat I want out of the bag just yet.
Seriously, how do you know about it? Surely Judge Gavelle hasn't told anybody except us.
I bet you just love to know, won't you? Well, you can. It's a secret.
She's as stubborn as ever, it seems.
Yeah, quit staring at me like that. I ain't sharing nothing with that thundercloud of a face. So, you know something, right? Sure do. Truth is, I done saw it. Little kid being bundled off by two shady characters in black suits.
Shelley's not really often the kind to work with others.
What? Do you know where they went? Nope, don't got a clue. It was kind of far away when I spotted them. Lost sight pretty quick. Dang it. Still, at least we know something about the kidnappers now.
Yes, two men in black. Well, I can put that together, right? So we've learned a little something about the kidnappers. Miss Lloyd saw two men taking Sean away. And the taxi driver remembers giving two similar-looking men a ride.
They must be the same people, right?
I'd say it's a distinct possibility, yes. There's one thing that doesn't make sense. The taxi driver said specifically that the two men didn't have a child with them.
Iggy.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
We need to find the men in black, even if they don't want us to remember. But they also stole a big case, which could definitely fit a child in. Could it be the kidnappers who stole the case?
Wait, you mean
Yes, what if they put Sean inside it?
he's little enough that he'd fit, I guess. So the reason the taxi driver didn't see him...
Might be that he was loaded into the trunk as baggage.
Why did they need to hide him?
I imagine they might not have planned to originally, but they didn't count on there being a police presence here in the plaza.
Right, that makes sense. Oh, they didn't want the officer on duty to see them going off with Sean.
So they took a rather drastic measure.
That must be it. All right, let's go see what the taxi driver can tell us.
The two men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them?
Oh boy, did they. Giant case. Wasn't easy getting that thing in the trunk, I tell you.
That tells it. They must have been the kidnappers.
Where did you take these two men, if you don't mind me asking?
Look, I can see this is important. How about I give you a ride there?
Oh, that's a great idea. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure, folks.
Crazy taxi. Unknown location. I guess we just weren't paying attention to what street we went down. Okay.
Did he have to drive that fast? feel kind of queasy. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself.
I'm fine. The driver said he took the men to the garage of this house right here.
Which means this must be where they brought the case. No way. That name on the mailbox.
The name? What? Excelsius Winner?
This must be that chairman guy's house.
What? Excelsius Winner ordered Sean's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest?
Nice. Garage door's unlocked.
You spotted that quickly, although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. Oh my gosh, that's Excelsius's bike. Okay. Smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winner Senior must be something of a motorhead.
Anybody home? No? Anybody?
What are we, Kay? Common house thieves?
You take that back. We're great thieves. And don't let me ever hear you say different. Have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, she didn't like that at all. Anyway, it seems nobody's around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested.
Don't let your guard down yet. We're only just getting started here. Let's find us some treasures.
Aren't we supposed to be looking for Sean?
No way. This bike is super cool. There's even a skull over the headlight.
I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on.
Really? Wow. Bet it's still nothing compared to when you get that steely glint in your eyes.
My eyes don't actually light up, Kay. Well, whatever that is on the wall, I can't examine it. But given it's near some drills, it's probably some tool of some kind, or possibly an exhaust. Don't think it's a boomerang. Oh, I can examine that. There's a sledgehammer, a shovel, and a bunch of other heavy-duty tools here.
That thing makes Judge Gavel's hammer look puny. If I ever become a judge, I'm getting one like this.
I doubt you'd make yourself very popular swinging one of those around in a courtroom.
Really? Fine. What if I swung that shovel around instead?
Then it wouldn't be a courtroom, it would be a circus. Promise me you won't do that.
Look, a treasure.
These are mechanics gloves. They're designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or working with machines.
They're covered in oil that looks like it must be from a machine too.
Or yellow dust that kind of matches the body. And strangely, dirt. An awful lot of dirt. I doubt they would have gotten like that from motorcycle maintenance.
I hate the guy, but I have to admit, I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to, borrow them?
I was about to take them into evidence, but now I'm not so sure that's a good idea. I think we know what this is. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Mr. Powers told us was stolen.
You folded little Sean up, packed him in there, and shipped him all the way here, huh?
He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible that he's still here.
Then we better find him. My reputation as a great thief is riding on this. And yours as my assistant.
Ugh, sure it is. Kerfunk. Huh? What was that noise?
There's somebody in the back there.
Sean, is that you?
John, stay right there. We're coming. Huh?
That's... Oh! But, Mr. Winner!
What? What's he doing here? Wait, this is Chairman Winner's house, right? Which means...
Yes, it's Mr. Winner's home too, presumably. So how'd he wind up like this? Untie him, Kay. Quickly.
A little expert rope work, huh? Leave it to me. All right. Like this, and through there. And you're free. Are you okay, Eustace?
It looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up down here?
I don't know. You found me. Why don't you tell me?
Because we don't know, which is why we're asking.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to get much out of him like this.
No, in which case, there's only one thing for it.
Wait, you mean...
I hate to beat a man while he's down, but it might be the only way.
Are you sure? Look, don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge.
Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though I can't promise I'll be very good at it. I've never held back against my opponents before, after all. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here?
You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me.
Whoa! He's been through a lot. Going to be hard to know what might cause him to lose control. In which case, I guess I may just have to quietly listen to what he has to say.
Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? Oh, the butt of every joke.
He clearly has questions. I'll have to do my best to try and answer them. But he's also clearly in no fit state for this. I'll need to try and finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear and try to calm him down.
You're a total... Wow, I'm not saying that.
Push him over the edge. I've already hit the button. Unless it loops back to that. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace.
No, I will not. Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me.
Challenge. Oh, okay. Oh, save. And a safety no, so I'm not going to be mean to him. I can pretend to no. Quiet time. I'm listening.
What is this? Why aren't you shouting objection? Like, you always shout objection.
I'm just listening.
What? You're really going to listen to me?
Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize.
That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning.
Oh, poor you.
Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. That just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? Sniffle.
You can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience I can't give you, but knowledge, that I'm happy to offer.
I had some time to think while I was tied up like that, and I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word.
I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult, so I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch. I swear it. Now I need to ask you something. Will you help me out?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. Okay, so far so good. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Why would somebody kidnap you only to take you back to your own home?
Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? They locked me up in that box, then locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared.
Did you happen to overhear anything your kidnappers might have said?
I think one said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house.
The owner, your father? The owner of this house? That's your father, isn't it?
It is. I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad.
That's not it. At least not based on what else we know of the situation. And there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winner Sr. that could be a clue. I guess the clue is that his dad is behind it. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been?
No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already.
Time to deploy my clue. Your captor wanted you easily at hand, and where could be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father.
What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me?
Do I say of course not? Or do I wait? I think I try to reassure him. What good would that have done him? His own son dead in the family garage, he would have instantly become the prime suspect.
You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped?
Well, it won't have been for a ransom, not his own son, that wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else. It could be an important clue. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you?
What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right?
Time to deploy my clue. Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping?
No, I just answered their stupid question and then they grabbed me.
What did they ask? The question? What did they ask you?
Stop glaring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel.
Of course. Things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn. Because he wanted to force Her Honor into declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty.
Wait, Gavel has a son? And it was also Lagarde would be found not guilty?
I think you were mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped.
What? You mean I went through all that by mistake? Wait, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where...
Where what? Have you remembered something?
No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone.
Oh, this isn't good. I think I've pushed him as far as he can reasonably be pushed. I have to calm him down to get him to tell me what it is he just remembered. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. You remembered something just now. What was it?
I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him.
Your father? Him? You mean your father? No, I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never have made prosecutor if he didn't help me.
I've been wanting to ask about that for some time. But why did you become a prosecutor?
What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one, that I'm not good enough.
No, but I'm good enough. None of these are good.
Say something, will you?
You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason.
It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it all. And the reason is stupid and dumb and not important.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Like I said, it's stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me.
And I've often felt much the same about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor.
Really? You have? But you're a real one. A good one. A success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so.
You wanted your father's approval. And can well understand that.
You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd finally accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless.
You're not covering for your father in any way. You're not covering for your father in any way, are you?
What? No, I won't cover for him ever again. How would I after what he's done?
You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say?
I mean, why can't I be? Just once. Just once in my stupid life. Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name?
You mean clear his name? It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace, but you can clear one.
Huh? I never knew that.
In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him?
What else do I have? What else am I supposed to do?
Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes.
Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything.
It seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Let's see if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde?
Sorry, I don't know much about that.
You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue.
Oh, I think they maybe worked together once.
Do I push or do I wait? I'm gonna push. I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. And? What is it? What else have you remembered?
I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her.
Interesting. Did he have any particular reason to recommend her?
I guess he thought she was good at her job. Unlike me.
Oh, both of those are bad.
I think they knew each other from back when he was the chief prosecutor.
What was he like back then? Was he different at all?
Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know or a case file he hadn't read.
An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. Would be an important clue. As for where the evidence is? Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow?
No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my
Stop
side of the
slouching.
story. drink, thank you. Oh, big sip. I'll wait to listen to your side of the story then. I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, oh, what did I do? What did I do?
It seems he's drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father. Isn't that correct?
What? He told me it would all be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer.
Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust. And in the ugliest way possible.
So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking?
Wanted to mess with the trial, or do I just...
I mean, that's not attacking him.
I move away to from the mic to clear my throat. It doesn't work very well. Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. Flimsy brain. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you.
Ah!
Look, there is no way that Payzonde's voice is anywhere near my possible range. There are limits. Wait, did I read that line, or did I just... There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession, and we still don't know where Sean is. Oh, hey, Luna, welcome to the chat. Hope you have a good time here. We need to get back out there and find him.
It's all my fault. What do I do now?
Wait. No, I thought I misread something. I can't stand by and watch him like this. He's had a brutal collision with a reality he never even knew existed.
Some people... I mean, that's basically genetics lottery at that point. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy. I do try to... I try to have a nice voice.
Mystic Scribbles just tipped £10. Chocolate Iguanga.
Chocolate Iguanga? Thank you. Let me just sit properly.
I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate. Maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. So, what now, Eustace?
Well, first I'm going to give this stupid jacket back. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man.
It's clothes make the man, Eustace.
It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. I'm learning a lot from you today.
I think he appreciates me correcting him, so I'm going to keep doing that. That's good to hear. Now, about that jacket, why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it?
All right, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again.
Both of those are bad.
But how? How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know.
I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. And try a different tack. Okay. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth?
Come on, give me a break, will you? Can't a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one?
Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used.
It's not.
Listen, talking with you like this, it's helpful for me too. There was a time when there were truths I didn't want to face up to either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways, who then became my husband.
That's nice, but I don't have anybody like that.
If you could muster the courage to try to find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help.
You would?
But only if you really mean to try.
I don't want to be like my dad.
You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace. I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace?
I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I?
The only person who can answer that question is you. Only you can decide what path you choose to walk.
Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it.
He intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He's told me that he wishes to be better than his father. Do or do not. There is no try, young... Great, I ruined it. Do or do not. There is no try, young winner.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
That he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us where he means to go next. So what now, Eustace?
Oh, okay, yeah. I need to do the first correction here, then I'll have the clue. Right. Make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. And then wait. How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know.
If only he'd remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy. But the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself, and in the path you've chosen.
Wah. Wah!
Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings. And losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day. More than I can imagine. Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate.
Oh. Sniffle, sniffle. No! Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast.
He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems.
Oh, we're just back. Okay. We have 45 minutes to go. And we don't seem to be any closer to solid answers.
We don't have much time left. I think we better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse.
Eustace ran off, right? Isn't he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge?
We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Mommy will continue for the prosecution.
Okay. Is that really alright, though?
It's going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off. It's not been a to be continued screen yet. Has it? I don't think it has.
Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's just go over this one more time, shall we?
No, I was made to save. I had a save redemption. Someone reminded me to do a save.
And no murder weapon means no conclusive proof means no conviction. That's all there is to it.
Objection!
That makes no sense. The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you.
Eddie, darling, how much longer is this going to take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible.
Sorry, thiefs. It's our friend the prosecutor over there. She's stubborn as a frickin' mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation. Or I'll just have to keep whipping you until you can. Seriously? I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Come on, Miles. What's taking so long?
She's whipped him how many times? More than 36 times in the past hour.
I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. Oh, sorry, G, this one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine.
Iggy.
Nuh-uh. Yaha. Nuh-uh. Yaha. Nuh-uh. Yaha.
Fender.
Masserino. Oh, boy, am I ever glad to hear your voice. How are things on your end?
We found Eustace.
Oh, sweet. And the knife? And the chisel?
Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care, which means that Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are.
A Chairman Winner? Oh, but why would he...
We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winner and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about.
Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winner on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right?
I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean.
Oh, shake a leg, will you, big guy? I can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here.
Understood. Wonder how long Judge Gavelle's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry.
How are things over at the courtroom of doom?
They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them.
Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of?
Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we have relating to him, just in case it might help.
A good idea. All right, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence, fresh from the evidence oven.
The gloves we found in his garage? Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else?
What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winner was involved in that, right?
Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. Okay. Excellent. And do we have anything else?
No, we sure do. Last but far from least, there's this.
Your Yatagarasu pen? Kay, I asked for evidence related to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously?
Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything.
That's different. Present badge. Wait, that's Eustace?
Hey, what are you doing here? Ah! Rude. He totally ignored me.
What was he doing in the big building, I wonder?
Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he was up to.
Yes, good idea. The hatch is wide open.
Maybe Eustace opened it.
Did Eustace really come down here? Has anything changed? Oh, that safe is open.
Mr. Edgeworth, look. The safe, it's open.
Yeah, thanks, Kay. I guess maybe he did come down here. We'd better take a closer look.
Oh, isn't that Knightley's chess set?
There's some stuff left in the safe.
I think we better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. Is it a document of some kind?
Let's see. Yeah, a document, and there's a photo attached too.
This picture, it's of...
Oh, that's Mr. Knight, right?
Mr. Knight? Bronco Knight, not Knightley. Knightley's his other name from the local... the fan patch.
Her name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard.
Why is there a picture of him in here? What's this paperwork about?
Horace Knightley, yeah.
I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondence chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis's lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. Seems to be some sort of report on Knight.
Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed.
We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't you?
I'd say so.
Well, who is it written for?
Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe?
And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsius winner himself.
The proof that they really did know each other.
Indeed. And not only that, it proves another connection.
Huh?
Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis's henchman.
Oh, you mean Bodied Armor Canis, right? The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs?
Yes. Something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know.
But what?
I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case. Okay.
Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before.
There's something on his finger.
Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh yeah, he was wearing that ring.
Oh, it's a ring. An expensive looking one at that.
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't say anything.
Flashing back. No, this is a culmination of everything put together. I think this is like the proper finale. Because case 4 ended with such like loose ends. I think this game was always 5 cases. DLC cases in other games have always been like kind of tacked on the end and didn't really have many connections to other things. Like the airship case and Sky's case. This is connected to everything. This feels vital to the overarching plot.
Well, well, Mr. Knight.
Oh, the Ace Attorney games have always done that mistake. We have flashbacked to things that were like 3 sentences ago before. The games have always done that. Even in the same case. Like 3 sentences ago. Remember when you said this? Flashback. Here's you saying this. Yeah, I just said that.
Honestly, it's more like padding than anything. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place.
So basically, the safe was full of evidence from the murder at the prison?
It would seem so.
Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel. No dice. Nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff.
Really? Curses. Knight may be dead.
Curse you, Edgeworth. Our game isn't over yet.
But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. I mean, I can see if I can 3D examine them. I cannot. So I can't open the chest set.
Can I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps?
Huh?
Oh, shit.
I have ice cream too. But if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan.
You!
The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Now, what are you doing here?
It's just as I said. I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some? Parting Clouds, it's called. Very apt. Sweeter than death itself. And so delicious. You'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. Phoenix Wright, Goldfish Attorney. Ignore that, I missed the moment. What? I don't even know what the moment was. He's the last person on Earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved. Can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching
Val,
over you.
stop. Have a drink.
Thank
Stop
you, Mystic.
slouching.
The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different? What does he want with us? The President's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. The man no one could kill, notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found.
And after Mr. Rook died to save him, too.
As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to? What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? Who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time.
And what are you going to do when you find them?
Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course.
What? What are you saying? What's going to happen to them?
I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend, Bodied Harmer Canis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? The blind man escaped from the high security solitary cell? Oh, okay.
3 nights ago, to be precise, his cell was suddenly simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit.
Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for?
Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to ground in the end.
First the killer, now Canis. 2 assassins on the loose. That sound.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's Judge Cavell's cell phone.
Is that the theme of Taurosaurus? Sounds like it could be a kaiju theme. Could it be Sean?
How's it going, Miles?
Whoever it is using a voice changer. Who is this?
It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course.
Red raincoat? But you're the one who abducted Kay.
Bingo! Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry, where's the speakerphone button?
I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. The truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer.
What? This must be the person the killer was talking about.
I also called to say thank you.
I neither want nor need your thanks.
Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right. I abducted Kay, as you put it.
I'm turning more into like a frickin' 40s radio announcer.
But why would I do that, hmm? That's right. Because I needed you to help me make sure that Winner got caught.
I'm just gonna lean into it.
No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned.
I was using a voice changer, so it doesn't matter. I sound like spiffing Brit. Oh, God. Got some Yorkshire tea.
Well, there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winner who kidnapped Judge Cavell's boy.
How do you know about that?
You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me.
How could they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe.
Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now.
What?
No! Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Well, Kay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? Even know about that?
How can they possibly know so much?
Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winner's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first.
So there were 2 kidnapping plots?
Oh, what a bunch of clowns.
His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. And why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the end game here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. Wait, you could care less? So you care a little then? So whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My end game is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay?
I mean, it is a common mistake in that turn of phrase. So it could be just he got it wrong, or it could also be a localization issue. I feel like that could go either way.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such public service videos as Designated Drivers, The Life-Saving Nerds, and Phony Tornado Alarms Reduce Readiness.
I don't think I sounded anything like Troy McClure, but alright.
Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly.
Bang.
Who was that?
I wish I knew. They didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine.
What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us.
Indeed they did. You're right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private?
They planted a bug on you? Is one of our evidences a wiretap hidden inside, maybe?
Right? They knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation, too.
We need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you?
Do you even know about that?
Sounds like that one was a real surprise.
You see what I mean about the flashbacks? This was like 2 seconds ago.
If only I could see your faces. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew.
Really?
Valerie, please,
Thank you.
just have a sip of water.
Stop slouching.
Following us, filming us, listening in on us. If he was filming us or following us, he would know the look on our faces. He's listening. We've been wiretapped.
They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer.
What? Like they were eavesdropping on us?
Think about what the kidnappers said. Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't, so they weren't filming or following us.
Okay, so what? They hit a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag.
Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said again. Because they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gavel's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Gavel.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat.
What evidence did I have on my person at that point?
Just the pin.
The bug must have been hidden here. Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge?
You had a Garasu pin? No, it's mine.
What?
Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure you're a great thief's assistant now. That doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it.
I don't want to wear it, I want to check it for bugs.
Huh? This old thing?
Let's take a look, shall we? Alright, well, it's probably pretty, Does this open? Looks like it might. It's gonna be pretty small, right? Oh, yep, there you go.
Whoa!
I was right.
How did you know?
Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently.
When they knocked me unconscious, you mean?
Precisely. Which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gavelle when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time.
Oh, I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up?
Yes. All the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin.
They were listening to us this whole time? They heard everything we said?
I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Yeah, pretty much everything to do with the last case, too.
Hey, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now.
They may well be, yes.
Hey, jerkface!
Okay!
Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself?
What was that sound?
Oh, ouch, dang it. Huh? Oh, look, it's Tabby. Y'all sure know how to surprise a girl. You gotta shout that loud without a word of warning. Made me jump halfway out of my skin. Sorry. What's got you so ornery anyhow? Get a load of this. Seriously, it'll make your blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears.
I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay? Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is.
Oh, no, thanks. Nearly walked right into that. Oh, come on, you're no fun at all. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans all over this here plaza.
I'd better switch off the bug before I forget. Oh, it's got a little off switch on it, that's handy.
So did y'all find that there kidnapped kitty?
Yep. Speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away. Was it the boy in this photograph?
Huh? No, that ain't him. Kid I saw looked dumber than mud, even if he did have on some fancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means.
So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. Brush it? No, we need it as evidence. I think we'd better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2. Are we going to make it in time?
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right?
There was? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location?
A loud bang, you say? I see.
Now, would you stop eavesdropping?
Boy, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Ruffles?
Guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd, too. Much as I don't want to.
How about that? A little help from little old me, and you all made a giant leap closer to solving the case.
Closer? Sure, if by closer you mean we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnap victim.
You must have barely looked at the photo at all.
Ah, really? Here I thought I'd given y'all the tip of the century. My bad.
It's not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just have to learn not to do that again.
Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, you know. And I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one. But only 'cause I got a real scoop for y'all this time.
A real scoop, Well, this should be good. Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours?
Proof, that's what. Proof the Torosaurus really is real.
Alright. Okay, we're leaving.
No, wait. I ain't lying, I swear. Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true.
We don't have time for this, but we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps?
Ooh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire, it's what I captured.
I was hoping for something a little better than that.
Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? Fire breathing time, dagnabbit. There. Well? Kinda hard to tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire, maybe.
And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire-breathing something with your own eyes?
Well, not exactly with my eyes, as such. Mean as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened.
Surely the real Torosaurus would be pretty hard to miss, no matter how far away you were standing.
Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call non-standard means.
Would you mind explaining what you mean by that?
I really dug myself into a hole here, huh? God. See, might could have rigged me up a little wireless intercept hoping to do a little scoop detecting. That's so sad. Poor insect.
Not an insect, Kay, an intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions.
Me and the chief could have been down here at the big building sniffing around these last couple days.
Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume? Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area, too.
Sure have. Which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. The pounding of feet, the electricity in the air. This was it. Torosaurus at last. You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you?
The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct?
Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, you hear? Anyhow, I kept listening till down the line comes your pal there's voice hollering fit to beat the band. Eavesdropping coward. Why don't you come out and show yourself?
What was that sound? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with her little outburst. I assume it was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it?
What? You saying she planted it? Hey, come on now, I ain't into no bugging, just a little light-hearted intercepting is all.
Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd?
What you doing? Do what you dang well please.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey,
It's
pal,
me.
take a break. Have some water.
It's me, Broken
Stop
Throwables.
slouching.
Your old friend.
Thank you for head pat and hydrate.
Ah.
Gosh, Hecky. Right. Mr. Saint, Miss Berry.
How's the search going? Did you find him?
Not yet. Poor Sean.
John?
Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue.
I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's great. Oh, thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again.
Can I talk to you?
Oh, you're amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. How'd you find Prosecutor Winner?
With some serious investigative magic, that's how.
It was pure luck, actually, but never mind.
You didn't even need our help, huh?
That's not true.
Thanks so much for joining in the search.
Where'd you look, by the way?
This little place, this place a little way away called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it?
Yeah, it's on the map. Fancy that. I wonder if it's going to be vital to the case. Sunshine Coliseum. It's over by the harbour. Yeah, Apollo had a few cases here. I guess this technically would have been the first introduction of it, wouldn't it?
There were a whole bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look.
You mean like a festival? Oh, that sounds fun. Wish I could have gone and checked it out.
Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. You know, completely pinning this on your murderer. Maybe you should go check that place out. Ha 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 hee hee.
Simeon didn't like the crowds much, but...
Hey, you don't have to tell him that.
Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're all going to the festival together.
Uh-huh. It's kind of lucky you found Prosecutor Winner so quickly.
Lucky? In what way?
We have to go practice soon, for the show. We wouldn't have been able to help for much longer anyway.
I see. I'm sorry to have kept you from your duties at the circus.
Oh no, it's nothing to worry about, really. We were glad to help. I'll do anything if it helps make sure they don't arrest me again. You really helped me out by finding him. I'm so relieved.
Of course. Just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde guilty.
What? Oh, do you mean they might still throw me back in jail? No, I can't go back, I can't.
Come on, Kate. Do you really have to torment the poor boy?
I wonder if I could piece together two bits in my brain. Let's get some neuron activation in here.
Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before.
Huh? Fireworks?
Yes, at the event at the Coliseum. Are they setting them off even during daylight hours?
Oh yeah, a bunch went off while we were there.
What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth?
The loud bang we heard. What if that was a firework?
Huh?
Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this.
Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun.
Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. For the bang to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud.
Which means fireworks, which means the Colosseum. So the kidnapper was near there, right? But how near? If the fireworks were that loud, you could probably hear them from pretty far away.
Yes, the area we'd need to search will be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. But if the police were to lend me a hand... oh. That was a bit of stick drift. You okay there, Goof Shoe?
Stop, Gummy! Why are you running away from us?
Detective Gumshoe.
When you gave up your badge, sir, I didn't know what to do with myself. You'll stay right...
Oh, no, that's me. You stay right where you are, Detective. So I thought, well, if you weren't gonna be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigate crimes. And us detectives don't just investigate what prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves, too.
Is that what you were doing just now?
And back then, too.
You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information.
Detective Gumshoe did that? So Rosie Ringer's autopsy report. When I went down to the detention center to see how Kay was doing,
When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth, you make it, little by little. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created. Oh. Yes, my boy, that's what I like to see.
You overheard that? Yeah, so I went back and looked over the evidence. Dug out a little something I thought might help.
No way, Gummy. You're the best. I'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for you.
My pleasure, kid. Good to see you got your memory back, by the way.
Thanks.
So anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days, and that's that. Good.
Wait, Gummy, don't run off again. We get it, you can look into stuff for yourself now. That's great. And it helped me, right when I needed it most.
But right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor, or indeed an anything. But we're investigating a case regardless. And I ask you, not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Oh, stop it, sir. You're killing me here.
Come on, Gummy.
All right, I'll do it. Just stop bowing and being nice to me, okay? It's weird.
Gummy!
Thank you, Detective. So, what do you need? Can you tell us what you've discovered in the course of your investigations, Detective? Yes, sir, sure I can. Alright, so I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1, I've got some results for you from when forensics looked at Kay's clothes. They found traces of what looked to be a powerful sedative. Brand was, Freezies. I guess that's what she was drugged with at Gourd Lake, before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2. I got hold of all the footage from that security camera in front of the big building elevator. The camera that captured President Wang and Judge Gavelle that night. The elevator's usually only the only way of getting up onto the roof, correct? And therefore anyone using it should have been caught on camera? Well, that's right. So winding the tape back to 2 nights ago, we should have been able to see Kay being carried up there while she was out cold.
And? Did you spot me, Gummy?
Sorry, sir. I know you're not a prosecutor anymore, but could you dock my pay anyway? Just for old time's sake? I watched it all on fast forward. Everything from 2 days ago till the end. Yes, and? Nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true. So how did the kidnapper get her up there? I think we'll need to look into that in a little more detail. And the last item on your list? Yes, sir, this is the big one. The third thing I have to tell you is, it's great to be working with you again. I'll help you catch this perp if it's the last thing I do. And that about wraps it up. I've put you through a lot, Detective.
Hey, pal, take a break. Have some water.
Thank you.
Stop slouching.
But that doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's the big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have anything to do with the case. I would have preferred something of practical use.
No mercy, huh? I guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth.
A boy has been kidnapped. We need your help to find him.
Kidnapped?
Yes, his name is Sean Fenn.
Oh, wait, the kid with the horns?
You know him?
I saw him earlier today.
You mean this morning?
Yeah, he got off that bus over there, and then he walked off toward the garbage disposal area.
Where's that?
Just over there. It's where all the offices of the big building put their trash before it gets taken away. Where he went after that, I couldn't tell you. I had to leave right around then.
I think we better take a closer look at this area. Okay. I don't recall seeing these arrows used before at any point of this game, but alright.
So Sean walked off in this direction, huh?
It would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues here as to his current whereabouts. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Well, there's some spilled milk. No use crying. This milk carton.
That's the same brand Sean drinks.
Something happened to him here. I'm almost certain of it. The trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty.
There was a ton of stuff here earlier. Big stuff, too.
Today must be the day they take the big stuff away.
Yeah, it sure looked that way.
I bet the big squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow.
They don't do that with the larger items, they just take them away as they are.
They do, huh? How do you even know that, sir?
Wait, this defender's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how to throw your stuff away for when you move office.
You're spookily insightful sometimes, Kay. But only sometimes. Based on what we've seen and what Detective Gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area.
Yeah, it's kind of out the way of prying eyes, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place?
I imagine he must have had something to dispose of.
The truck's already come and gone. I guess we'll never know what that something was now.
Unless... Sean's milk carton, this is where he was abducted. Can't be that, can't be that, gotta be that. Blue truck? Was he loaded into the truck? Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning, the taxi and a blue truck.
Eustace was taken away in a taxi.
Right. Well, it seems that Sean was likely abducted from the garbage disposal area, and if the garbage was collected at 11...
Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was.
Indeed. It must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue.
Some cop he was. How do you not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines?
Because it wasn't. Today isn't a regular garbage day. It's the day they collect larger items. For which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck, just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go?
To the dump, right?
Wait a second. You're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then the truck would probably have been fake too, right? So maybe it didn't go to the dump.
No, I'm reasonably sure the garbage truck was real.
Yeah? How do you figure that?
Another look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. What tells us the garbage truck must have been real? The lack of garbage? The fact they locked up afterwards? And would have had a key to empty this out? Do I either point it here or like at the floor? I'm going to go with the fact that it's locked and empty. The garbage disposal area is kept locked.
Oh yeah, it's only a real garbage collector and a real garbage truck could have opened it.
Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean put him in a large cardboard box that they'd prepared for the job. Now, mix that in amongst all the other oversized items.
And the garbage collector would have taken it away, no questions asked.
Exactly. Allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility. They could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake and collect it without incident.
Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. Looks like we'll have two possibilities.
Yeah, but one's near the Colosseum, so really we only have one. They're at Daybreak Dump. Which of the garbage processing facilities was Sean taking? Dude, did you forget about the fireworks already? Have we found anything that might serve as a clue? Anything at all? So based on the loud bang we heard on the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of Sunshine Coliseum.
And one of the garbage facilities is right by there too.
I think it's likely that's where Sean was taken, which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Could I ask you and your men to search the area around the garbage facility? It's not like you ask, sir. It feels a little flat, if I'm being totally honest. Why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to. You don't mind? Even though I'm not a prosecutor anymore? I thought I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors. Thank you.
Mr. Edgeworth, we're almost out of time.
You're right. We need to hurry. I doubt Judge Gavelle and the others can hold out much longer. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. I won't let you down, sir. It won't be an official search, but I'll put my best guys on it. You can count on that.
I'm coming too, Gummy. I promised I'd snatch Sean from the jaws of danger, and that's just what I'm gonna do.
I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows, I may be able to drag proceedings out just a little longer.
All right, with me, everybody. Even in the depths of night.
It's already striking 2. There isn't a moment to lose. Oh, yes, sir.
But I didn't finish. When no other bird dares to take flight.
The bells they toll for you. Hi.
Well, if it isn't our old friend ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy.
Excelsius winner.
The accused will turn and face the prosecution. I am not done with you yet.
I already told you, Mommy. Doesn't make sense. Why would I help her? I feel for her, of course.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Mystic.
A woman in her prime, sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But to suppress evidence in order to keep her out of a jail cell? Oh, that's preposterous.
Objection! But we have a statement from your own son. He says he entrusted the evidence to your care.
I'm afraid I don't know what he's talking about. Or why he'd say such a thing. I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
Objection!
What if I could prove that you and Warden Lagarde are much more closely associated than you claim?
I'm sorry, prove? I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of the courtroom anymore?
Miles Edgeworth, I'm the one prosecuting this case. What are you thinking barging in like this?
I'm sorry, Mommy, but it's important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecution just briefly?
What are you doing?
Judge Gavelle, I come before the court with important new evidence. I ask that you allow me to present it.
Oh, have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this can be allowed.
Well, the defense hopes you'll let him, G. Just saying. What's the thinking over on the prosecution side there? Mom Dango? Fine. The prosecution has no objections.
Objection!
Your objections are neither here nor there. This isn't a democracy, it's a courtroom. And this is flagrant contempt. Isn't that right, Verity?
No. As long as Sean's still missing, she'll feel she has no choice but to go along with whatever Winner wants. Only there was some way of telling her he might be found at any moment. Judge Gavelle, I would ask only this, that you trust in me and in my assistant. Just this once.
Speaking of which, where is Kay Faraday?
She's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all.
Objection!
Nonsense! There's no more evidence to be found. You're just stalling for time.
Objection!
The most important piece of evidence of all, eh? Hey, G. I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust in Miles's little pal. What do you say? I mean, I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's the one and only great thief Yadagarasu.
It seems Fender has sensed what I'm getting at least. Judge Gavelle, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Need the Hang on. Hang on, it wasn't that many lines ago, was it? Yeah, this is the courtroom. I must have gone past it. Let's just look for anything by Fender. There it is. What's the thinking over on the prosecution side there? There you go. The evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kay is only moments away from snatching it from the jaws of danger.
Very well. This is highly irregular, but I will allow it.
You have my thanks.
Have you all gone completely mad?
You said you had important new evidence. Evidence of what exactly?
Just what I said. That Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winner are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you. The report involving Knight, right? Yeah.
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone.
Oh yeah? Who might that be?
The late Mr. Bronco Knight. And the interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Warden Lagarde.
Oh wait, is that the interrogation where...
Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered.
This is indeed important evidence. Objection! Miles Edgeworth, you refer to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed?
A very good question, Miss Von Marmee. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the big building.
That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept.
It is. An auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius Winner. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. You still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another?
I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you don't mind.
What?
I don't believe it's been conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, has it?
Have you forgotten the events of this morning already? I think I proved that fact more than adequately. I wonder if I'm going to make him burn his beard off again.
I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? If you can't, then, well, you certainly can't prove that the report was addressed to me.
You won't wriggle your way out of this one.
So unfair. Oh, tell him Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude. That was most unlike you. It's so saddening. It's saddening. Truly it is. To see you failing.
How many times am I going to fuck up?
It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. Almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures.
You're right. Of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot be truly considered a fact.
Chat, I wish to apologise. My British is showing. Is that against TOS? It should be.
I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record.
It's no good. She has to know for certain that Sean is safe.
I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things.
And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom, is that what you're saying?
Oh, you're a scurrilous soul. I'll do no such thing. I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth. Should it choose to acquit me, as should you.
Can't find that missing evidence. We're in trouble here.
Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we needed to, don't you? There's no way that evidence is turning up, ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home.
Objection!
Eustace?
Who said that?
I recognise that voice. This is not Deus Ex. This has been firmly established, Bird. You do know what a Deus Ex Machina is in regards to plot writing, right? It's like something from nothing. God from the machine is what it means. This isn't from nothing. Eustace has been firmly established.
Dad!
Eustace?
Sniffle.
Needs to come out of nowhere, or else it's... Yeah, this is just Chekhov's prosecutor.
What are you doing here?
The thing is... Wait, money? Wait, there was a donation? Hang on. Hang on, let me double check. Can confirm I just received £10. Thank you very much, Gek. Thank you. Why? Sometimes it just doesn't come through. I don't know why that is. I'll try turning it off and on again. I feel like something trips it sometimes, but I don't know what. Because I can't find any... Did you put a message with it? I'll figure it out another time.
Mr. Winner, what is the meaning of this? Oh, yeah, thank you very much. And where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. I'm sorry. I
mean, he was a little tied up at the time.
You are unfit to be a prosecutor. You are a complete and utter disgrace.
Why, Eustace? Why can you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you.
Dad, I brought some vital evidence. So, can I please take my place at the prosecutor's bench?
pretty please?
Well, well, Eustace. This is certainly a surprise.
Objection!
Oh, Eustace, my boy. What's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on?
Dad,
Come on, my boy, spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to play catch with you? That's it, isn't it? All right, why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon.
Get back on the stand, right now.
What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Judge Gavelle, the prosecutor in charge has arrived along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call an end to the proceedings just yet.
No objections from team defense. Only wish we could have our original team captain say that herself, though. The prosecution has no objections either.
Do you think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Verity?
He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Gavelle's hands are still tied. If I could find a way to present the gloves to show that I went to his house, I could make him think that we have Sean. Possibly.
That sound.
That's her cell phone. Supposedly, that's what's been said, but the ages don't really match up, Basin. But apparently that gets explained later. Mine's also ringing.
Oh, well, I'm getting a call too.
All of us at once. Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Fender.
We found Sean. And you got a new darker coat, it looks like, Gumshoe.
We found Sean.
Detective, you did it.
The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon.
Judge Gavelle, it's for you. No, that's Gavelle's phone.
Hello? Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? All right. Be careful. I'll see you back at home. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm.
Ah, no. How? Is this some idiotic joke?
It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand, and Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am. Eustace Winner. Yeah? I leave matters in your hands. Huh? Chasing down your own father. This won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence you wish to present to the court? Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder majigs? Well, Mr. Winner, did you? About that, no. I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late.
Too late.
How so? I remembered something. Sniffle. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad?
Oh, Eustace, I was just on my way to throw out some trash.
And then I heard this tinkling sound. Tinkling, huh? Oh, let me guess.
The bell from Mr. Canis's chisel.
You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence?
You think Warbird means mommy? Right.
Oh, I see you had daddy issues too. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, there was a bell attached to the chisel back in case 2. Was it case 2 or was it case 3? Case 2, I think. Case 1 was the plane. Case 2 was the prison. Case 3 is a blur. Case 4 was the big building. Case 5 is this. Which one was 3 again? Oh, hang on. I've really got to clear my throat. Gosh, I really need some allergy medication. 3 was the third case. Cool, thanks. Thank you for that. Round of applause. Round of applause for Panda. Thank you. Cleared it all up. Yeah, it was the old case with the chocolatiers and such. Yeah, with Greg.
Hey, Val. What do you think about some juice?
Thank you.
Stop slouching.
I tried my best, but it was too late. I'm sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump.
Oh, he was really trying his best.
I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere.
Wait, that's Eustace?
Huh? Hey, what are you doing here?
What?
Rude. Totally ignored me.
So that's what he was doing, and he even went as far as to search the dump.
But all I found was this.
And this is a little pungent for one thing.
Yeah, and you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect?
And the knife?
It's probably somewhere in among all that trash. But there was too much to go through on my own.
Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented into evidence.
Oh, you really outdone yourself, Eustace. You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it. Huh.
Good.
You drive me to tears, really you do.
Objection!
Might be a little too soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first.
If you wish to waste your time, be my guest.
Hey, Eustace, Miles. Do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will ya? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth.
It seems Fender's on board. Good. Let's see if we can't find an opening. Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside. Oh, would you look at that? Would this be the bell that was on Mr. Canis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or the other.
It's no good. Look at it. It's spotless.
Well, Mr. Winner,
Do tell, was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper?
No.
Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts.
Were Eustace's efforts for nothing? It's true the bell may not be of much use to us as evidence. Nonetheless...
Come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet.
As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there.
Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Gavel. We're not done yet. There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly.
Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know.
I'm trying to make his voice less shaky as he's gaining confidence. It seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but... If I'm right, we're talking about... I feel like it's the paper itself. We can match the dirt on it to the dirt on these gloves. I feel like that's where we're going.
I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in.
Seems we really were thinking the same thing.
Oh, it's beautiful, really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief.
Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind.
Oh! We don't even have to match it to the fucking dirt. You left an imprint of your entire fucking glove on it. You absolute idiot.
Are these finger marks?
And look, it's covered in some sort of oil.
Judge Cavell, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call on somebody from Ferret? Dude, it's a glove. You're not going to find fingerprints that matches the glove. God damn it.
Very well. Summon a technician right away.
I have the results, Your Honour. Oh, it's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves.
No.
Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, does it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. What kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy.
Wow. Way to talk to your kids, Super Dad.
I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot. Real winners know to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offspring.
Dad, I...
You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. And thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. You've never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by Verity.
Dad?
Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears.
Garbage-smelling?
Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
No, you're wrong.
I am, my boy. Wrong about what?
I'm not the one that smells. You are.
What did you say?
Yeah, you smell. And you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, Take a sniff. Right there where the finger marks are.
You want me to smell it? Is that oil?
Yep. And I know where it came from.
Wait, I know it from somewhere too. Smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winner Senior must be something of a motorhead.
That odor tells us something. Something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him, no matter what he's done.
Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father, a different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth, to see that it comes to light, no matter what. We expose crimes, and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So if you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you.
Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right. Those finger marks tie my dad to this crime. We just need to show everybody how.
Take that!
The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace. It's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even.
Yup, and we've both smelled it before in the same place.
Yes, in Chairman Winner's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters D, E, A, T, and H. The same letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Oh, gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy?
Objection!
How indeed.
That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found.
Let's look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped in. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two. The damage on the letter A.
Take that!
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is on the print in the newspaper.
What?
I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves are covered in. I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt of the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves.
I guess the true a-hole is you, Father. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
Ah, curse you, Edgeworth. And you, Eustace. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors.
Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant.
What? You think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool.
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes.
You know what? I think I might be okay.
All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor. Make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, and I was lying there in the dark all on my own, I got to thinking. Thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then... Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I?
My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad.
Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be.
I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad.
Valerie,
Yeah.
it's time to hydrate.
Stop slouching.
Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye.
You... when did you... You'd need me, dang it! What... Eustace!
For the hydrate. The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winner. That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that.
What? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling? But then...
Don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant.
Oh, you devil! Punished? Moi? Impossible! Excelsius, you blithering buffoon! What did you do? What did you do? All your swaggering bluster about how they'd never declare me guilty, and now this? You were the one I went to after they arrested me, because you made me believe I could trust you. And not only did you kidnap a child to try and help me, it didn't even work. Idiot! You feckless, useless idiot of a man!
An unsightly outburst, to say the least. But an informative one, wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yes, she really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence. Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Knuckle fast!
Go? Huh? Who's that? That's Lang.
Sorry, Judge Gavel. Your happy ending will have to wait. Lang Ji says the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter.
Who are you?
Just a lonely lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lang.
And you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it?
Not really. Your suspect over there's guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Lang? Like the Lang from 12 years ago? Yep. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you.
Agent Lang, explain yourself.
Are you familiar with the SS-5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back.
Wait, 12 years?
Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It's like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit.
I wonder what happened 12 years ago. This all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow.
P11 Lagarde and Excelsius Winner, in the flesh. I've waited a long time for this day.
After all, you're the ones who threw my family name into the dirt.
Are we to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question?
I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Gavel.
Me?
You and one other person.
Sean!
You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dijun Wang, president of Zhengfa.
Objection!
Where is your evidence, Agent Lang?
Not so fast!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again.
What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know.
You got a problem. You're more than welcome to tag along.
Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings.
You honestly thought we were finished with this subplot? Never. I still have to accuse this kid.
It's not really a subplot, it's the main plot. We got distracted by a side plot that had relevant connections to the main plot. That's writing.
Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly.
We're not talking about 12 years ago for this. The president's murder was 2 days ago. We're figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet. To be continued. I can finally stop calling Franziska mommy. Oh my god. That was a 3.5 hour long chapter. Whew. Okay.
Could you maybe calm down a little?
Calm down? No way, Jose. Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it.
Franziska is mommy again. Good for her. Doesn't mean I have to call her it. You just said she's mommy. Alright. As far as Kusi is concerned, Franziska is mommy, but you didn't state appropriately what you wanted me to do. So, I don't have to do anything there, really. You gotta be clear. Like, think of it as a contract with a genie when you're writing a challenge. Like, sure, she's mommy. Doesn't mean I have to call her that. No, Sean is Gavel's son.
Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew.
Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people or I'll have to ask you to...
You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let Taurosaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. But look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. There's the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own danged eyes. Sure, I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here.
Alright, break it up.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
And Sean.
Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh?
No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Lang Ji says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really.
Agent Lang, oh, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here.
Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin?
Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last.
Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly.
So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Gavelle, on the roof of the big building.
Even the milk is sweating.
Why did the two of you arrange to meet?
I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Yeah, the president that faked his assassination is in episode 1 is now dead in episode 5. And we don't know who done it. Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder?
Why? Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Gavelle. We're trying to help you.
She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm gonna prove it.
Objection!
Oh, it got double added. Wait. How did it get double added? Oh no, the quote did go through twice. Yeah, no, never mind. I misread chat. You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Gavelle's meeting with the president and then?
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Sean Fenn?
Me?
We know you were here on the set last night.
You were, Sean?
Thank you, Panda.
We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it.
You came back to run your lines, right?
What? You were spying on me?
I'm sorry, I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me.
Dude, you were kidnapped.
Sean, that is no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge
Hey,
Gavelle.
pal, take a break.
Thank
Have
you.
Some water.
Stop slouching.
It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? If I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must!
Franziska is no longer Marmy. Gavelle is now Marmy for the rest of the stream. Alright, but you didn't say I have to call her Marmy. You just said she is. So, again... Yes, she is a mother. Confirmed, yeah, true. Challenge complete, you stated the truth. Like I said, I told you. Be clear. Like a genie contract. If I can worm my way out of it, I will, because it's funny.
And I want you to remember that, all right?
Oh, I didn't get bonked. Maybe throwables have broken again. Let me check. Yes, they have. But half broken this time. It's not crossed out.
Iggy.
I, Iggy Maid, am the real Marmy here. It's like Highlander. There can only be one. Oh god, it's doing it again. It's hanging on me when I'm trying to reconnect. Greb's not my child. Greb is my clone. We've been over this. However many times. Come on. Please reconnect.
No, Offspring's a band. They're a they do music. There we go. Like some part of the soundtrack for Crazy Taxi.
Can we get on with the investigation now?
That wasn't a joke. I was making a statement.
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Gavelle, the mother, will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang?
I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna find out.
I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. All right, Sean, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night.
Yeah, fine by me. I got nothing to hide.
About last night.
I had a bad day yesterday. I messed up a couple of takes. Oh, we were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'll put in some extra practice. And that's what I did. It's that simple.
Is that like an issue with his sprite? I feel like when he talks, like the left side of his face wiggles a bit when it shouldn't. And something's up with his sprite. Don't know what it is.
It's not like I haven't done it before. It's fine. Nothing happened.
You've been rehearsing late at night again? But when I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were at the hotel.
You called him? Around what time?
Must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set.
So you lied to me?
Here come the milk sweats again.
Sorry.
Oh, now she's mad.
I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did. And I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth. Right. You had a bad day, messed up some tape. You were scheduled to shoot it again today. You thought you'd put in some extra practice. It's that simple. It was fine. Nothing happened. I need to prove something did happen then. So all the first three statements seem like nothings to me. Nothing happened, really.
Nothing to do with the case, anyway. At least that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe. But wait, don't we have some evidence related to what happened last night?
We do. We also don't have time to be humouring the lies of a child. Let's use what we have to point out the contradiction in his testimony. Okay, well, that confirms it's not a press then. I guess the evidence of him... the tape? Yeah, rehearsing by the footprint that wasn't there, so... And we know that's related. Hang on, let me clear my throat so I can do a good objection. You know, one day I'm going to get some medication for this throat thing I've got going on. Then you'll be sorry. Objection!
Objection!
Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt.
Wait, that's... How did you...
That's right. Your rehearsal tape.
Yeah.
What? You have video footage from last night?
We do. And if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening. I don't know, Girk.
There's a footprint there already.
There is. And I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set.
Sean, why would you keep this from me?
No reason.
Not the best!
Liar! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but that's not gonna work on me. Why did you hide the tape?
Sean, you have to tell us.
You?
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
So you were embarrassed. Is that it?
Yeah. Now what's so weird about that?
Not so fast.
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence? Sean, how could you? Yeah. Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What, nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint. On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid, and I'm sure as I'm standing right here. Dan Skippy there is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns, and my name ain't Lotta Hart. Ah, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking.
Objection!
No, you're not.
What?
The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. Whatever unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening?
Good question. Wait. Fell from the roof last night. Yeah, that'll be that then.
Take that!
The model of Torosaurus's head fell from the roof of that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you. I ran my lines, I went home. That was it. What do I know about some stupid fallen head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Sean left.
No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over.
Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than absolutely necessary. What is he hiding?
Not so fast!
Hold it right there.
What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely. What? There was something else on that tape?
Yep. Look closely.
See the costume up in the top left? Oh yeah, the Torosaurus suit. Something's different. You see it? I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging out and looking a little staggy. Oh, the zipper on his back is done up tight.
The zipper? Hmm? That's...
Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper's wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit, that's why. What?
Mr. Powers, that zipper, what can you tell us about it?
Well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. What if your friend Gavelle pushed the president off of the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere?
Here? But where?
There's all kinds of stuff down here, costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. And then came back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Torosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wouldn't forensics be able to get traces if that's the case?
Isn't that right, Gavelle? You pushed the president off of the roof just like I said. And then you hid his body inside that costume.
Especially if he was wounded. If his body was wounded in such a way, like when you fall 50 stories.
I most certainly did not.
Not so fast!
Protest all you like, I'm not gonna believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
Objection!
I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavelle would have been able to get in here.
Not so fast!
Oh yeah, he definitely would have been falling at terminal velocity at that height. Not goo, but definitely very messy.
What if she had an accomplice?
And the fact is, we still don't have an autopsy report on him to even know what his cause of death actually is. Because his body is relatively quite intact. What?
I got a little theory for you. I think you're gonna like it.
Alright. Mother and child murderers.
What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off of the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away.
That doesn't explain why one of the locks was broken, though.
They then worked to hide the body together, too. By dragging it over to the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
You think the murder was really that carefully planned?
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Overruled.
To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this it's unthinkable.
Not the back.
Well, you're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say?
What about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that.
I mean, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Judge Gavel, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details?
My apologies, but that is the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you'll be the first to know. So please, you have to believe me.
Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that.
What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer?
If so, now's the time to get them off your chest.
I got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent. Edgy, you've forgotten the first rule of policing. Pin everything on the first vague suspect and cover up any other leads. Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? Well, let me guess. You're still going to try and stick up for them? Yeah, because remember, Edgy, convictions get promotions.
Hey, Val, take a break. Have some water.
Thank you.
Stop slouching.
It's true. Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
Okay. Before we get kicked off with this rebuttal, I think that's where we're going to wrap up before it hits 9. Again, I'm very hungry, and all I've eaten today is about 4 packs of crisps and a bowl of Cheerios. So I should probably do something about that. So I'm going to save here. Ah! Look, you think I would if I could, and I can, so I'm going to. There's not often food in. Like, we got food in yesterday, we ate it. A new day happened today, we need to eat again. Do I need a bathroom break? No, I'm good. I might not be when I stand up and my body realizes, oh wait, you're full of piss. That just happens sometimes. Like, I'll be fine, and then I'll stand up and my body just goes, hang on. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream. So thank you for watching. I hope you've had a good time. Those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for watching the VOD. I hope you've had a good time as well. If you want to keep up to date with everything I do, all the links are in the description beneath the VOD. And for those in chat, those links are now in chat. You want to keep up with our Discord, Blue Sky, other social links, tip page. If you want to throw a couple bucks my way, I'd appreciate. Or, you know, a little something toward a thing on my wish list, because I've got some big things on there. God damn it, everyone. All right. Even that got double quoted. All right, that's going to be the end of the VOD. So, goodbye, YouTube.